you know, that really catapulted his career to the next level. You know, before that, he was kind of always, you know, everyone was questioning what he had. After that, you knew exactly what he had. You know, so yeah, there's definitely benefits in a professional tournament.
Yeah, I'm wondering in your case, because, you know, Keith Thurman, that's the fight you won. You wanted the WBC strap.
Yeah.
He hasn't really communicated at all. There's a point where you kind of, you know, you didn't know what the discussion was.
Yeah.
Tournament, you kind of have an idea, like,
I mean,
guy.
I watch football religiously. You know, I know it's 38 days until kickoff. You know what I mean? And that's my favorite part about football. You know who's next. You know who's coming the week after that. You know, with boxing, it's bittersweet because you never know who you're gonna get after this. You know, so I've been told it's gonna be Errol Spence, but you know, at this point, I don't even know. You know, so my number one objective is to win that title.
How do you feel about Errol after the Mikey fight? He kind of took it with a grain of salt when they told him that you had eyes on him next, etc. He said, you know, that before in the past you guys have always been scared to mention him, quote unquote, etc. You know, how do you feel about his response to?
I just remember being there. You know, I remember being that guy before I even had the IBF title, saying guys that I wanted to fight, and you know, no one ever mentioning me or wanting to fight me. You know, because I was that young dog. You know, so he is in that position now, you know, or was in that position just before he grabbed his IBF title. You know, he was the guy saying, I want to fight you, then I want to fight you, then I want to fight you. Well, now you got the title, and now you waiting on everybody else to come after you, you know. So, you know, I heard it 2 nights ago on Saturday that, you know, he was promised the winner of myself and Danny Garcia. To me, that's a beautiful thing because now I know who I'm fighting next, you know? So that's the best part about it is, you know, there's no waiting game. And yet still, in the welterweight division, it's so hot right now that, you know, you're always waiting for something that's going to be greater than what you just did.
So they're saying Errol.
I heard that. I heard that from one of you not you guys, but you know, one of the guys. You know, I was told that was something that he said.
So you're not so much set on Keith. I mean, there was a time where you're saying, I want Keith, I want that belt.
I'm not set on Keith. I'm not set on Keith for the express purpose that, you know, a lot like the question you asked with Mikey Garcia fighting Errol Spence. If Errol Spence wins, is it like a double-edged sword? You know, does he get, you know, praised for beating Mikey, or is Mikey too little, and so on and so forth? It's the same with Keith Thurman fighting me. You know, Keith has not fought since 2017. And, you know, for him to have his first fight back against me after a long layoff, after 2 injuries now, so on and so forth. You know, it's like we expected you to win, Shawn. You know, he's been gone, you know. So I'm not sold on that right now. I think that, you know, he deserves to have a fight back. I think we deserve to see him have a fight back so that we know he's who we expect him to be.
What do you think about the fight next week between Dre and Devin?
That's this week, right?
Yeah, this week. I'm sorry.
I think, yeah, I think that one's gonna be edged out by Alexander. I think Devin is, I think Devin's a little bit more fresher at this point in his career than Andre Berto. I think Andre Berto's been in some wars. I think that has taken its toll, and I think that, you know, if he's not catching you in the first couple rounds, it's only a matter of time before he starts to, you know, go downhill.
Do you see Keith coming back and fighting the winner of that?
I think that would be good for him. I think that would be good for him. I think those guys are good boxers. I think that those guys obviously have a resume to fight Keith Thurman, and I think that those guys. I'm not saying that those guys aren't dangerous fights for him, but I think that they don't have the power that I have, that Errol Spence has. You know, they don't have the ferocious spirit that we've never seen those guys have that. You know, and I think, you know, keep coming back. He needs to fight somebody that's not gonna come in there, you know, from the jump and try to take his head off like I would. And he needs somebody that he can get in the ring with and be able to think and you know, feel good again.
Shawn, you don't mind me bouncing a question off of what Andy asked you. What do you say to people that speculate that you don't have the same energy, and this is just a hard question, you don't have the same energy calling out Spence versus like some of these other guys. You've flown to Danny Garcia's fights, and you know, you've always been open about over the years calling these guys out. Why not call out Spence the way
The answer to that is, to me, is very simple, and if you don't appreciate it, then you don't appreciate it. When I was going for my IBF title, and this guy moved up to welterweight, he was the guy. You know, that was 3 years ago, almost 4. At that point, Errol Spence was, you know, just coming into the fight game, the professional fight game. So at this point, I'm still trying to take care of the business that I've set forth for myself, and up to 3 or 4 years ago, it was not Errol Spence. So simple as that. But like I said before, we get the WBC, sky's the limit. No problem.
There's also a chance here. I mean, we're talking about Spence saying he wants the winner of you and Danny, but there's also, you know, a chance that, because it's slated for December supposedly, Spence and Mikey. If Mikey wins that fight, then that could be you and Mikey.
Yeah, whoa. Honestly, I mean,
so it could be Mikey fighting.
Yeah,
he wins
that fight. Whoa. I think he would have.
That's something
done
you've ever imagined in your mind, you and Mikey?
Heck no.
Okay.
Heck no. No, I never imagined that. You know.
That's something you got to start imagining.
No, not until he beats Errol. I really do. I think that he's biting off a lot to chew, and getting in the ring with Errol Spence. I think he wins that fight. He does something that is just marvelous and spectacular and special. I think he wins that fight, and I have to really pay attention to what he did and get ready for him.
So you don't think if he gives a competitive going that he sticks around 147?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Especially if he's competitive, if the fight's close, if the fight is entertaining and as, you know, great as we expect it to be, you know, there's no telling what he would do, you know.
Shawn, do you think you'll fight again before the end of the year?
I handled this guy in 1 round. We'll look to do that.
Shawn, I always see you ringside at the Barclays fights. A fight that I think in the last day or 2 was being talked about is Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder.
Oh, really?
I tried to, you know, confirm it today, but I got this motion. So, you know, if that fight does happen, what are your thoughts on that as a boxing fan?
Yeah, we saw a lot from Deontay Wilder in his last fight with Ortiz. We saw him give it, and we saw him take it for the first time. And then, yeah, man, good to see you.